2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Washington. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
First time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Scoops it up. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, we're dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence. And here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you can tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming. let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Formation for the Chiefs.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
At the 23-yard line.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
He'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
On 1st down, Gibson. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Haskins. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. 30, past the 20. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, don't fumble the football.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
7-yard line.
Second down and goal. Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Next is Washington 7, Chiefs nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too expensive.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Going left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he puts it through.
Washington 14, Chiefs nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Will try again on 2nd down. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And they're going to stop him short of the 20 with a penalty flag down. And what's the call here? So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now Haskins on first down. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
His throw incomplete. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down. Slings this deep for McLaurin. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there. Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone. In that tip drill, what do you yell? For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception. Different teams. Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word. Oski. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? On second and a yard. Haskins got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From midfield now, Haskins firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Haskins pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing again, here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. Spins away. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to him.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it, and an opportunity missed. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, How do we stop them?
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And his kick is good.
The score, Chiefs 28, Washington 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Haskins. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. The throw taken in by Cole. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second time.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And Washington has made this a one-score game. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. On 1st down, it's Haskins. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Haskins. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
and 8 yards to go.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Haskins back to the air. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 1st down, Washington. Haskins fighting McLaurin. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover and double and triple and do what you have to do? But
and this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Washington 28.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Kansas City, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Washington, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.